All right. So the general media is all hyped up about Brexit, and they're starting to actually take Texit seriously, the Texas secession from the United States. Now, this happened once before, from 1836 to 1845. But if you remember, Texas was also part of Mexico at one point, and they had to fight from independence to that. And then basically, uh, they became an independent state, got taken over by the U.S., all sorts of different things. So they've had kind of a bipolar outlook in life in terms of where they want to be, whether or not they want to be part of Mexico, the United States, or their own independent country, which I know has taken its form from a lot of pressures. I think Santa Anna basically forced them to become part of Mexico, if I remember my history right. So, or it was, I think it was the person before Santa Anna, but anyways, they're starting to actually take this as an actual thing that might actually happen, even though we know at some point it might actually happen. So from Brexit to Texit, renewed calls for Texas secession from or after the EU vote. So in other words, the general media is actually talking about Texas seceding from the United States being an actual thing. Fort Worth, Texas, Britain's startling vote to leave the European Union, resign talks of secession in Texas, or reignited, I apologize. This coming from CBS's Dallas-Fort Worth reported. Daniel Miller, head of Texas Nationalist Movement, sent a tweet to Governor Greg Abbott Friday morning calling on him to schedule a statewide referendum on Texas independence. Now remember, they've already filed the papers. They have the vote going through. They're pretty much at a point where they're going to pretty much either vote on this or not vote on this. And it's either going to happen or it isn't. Greg Abbott on Twitter said, "It's a great day to schedule a referendum on Texas independence." So I'll include this in the sources. The hashtag Texit was trending locally until CBS DFW at Fort Worth stockyards had a mixed reaction to the idea, basically saying it's worth a shot. I'd be happy. Resident Tab Pig told the station, saying the East West Coast run everything, which they pretty much do. But no one knows we're even here, Pig continued. Best thing we could do is basically let them have it. They want to make a wreck out of their part of the world. Let them wreck it. And then basically some say it's arrogant. Boston revisiting Fort Worth. What are you, too good to be part of the rest of us, United States? I don't know. And they kind of just go on and on and on. So they'll have 250,000 supporters statewide by 2018. So Texas leaving is in the air. So it's definitely worth talking about, and it's definitely worth putting on paper. Somebody asked me if I believe they're actually going to secede. I don't know. Michigan also said that they would secede for a little while, but then, Snyder got in, and Snyder's a little statist, so I highly doubt Michigan in all of its history will ever secede from the United States. But it's generally worth talking about, and it's generally worth putting it on the table and saying, clean up your act or we are gone. But before Texas takes place, I think they need to have a referendum on how things are going to change and stay the same under a Texas government, and not just have random ideas scattered